If you're thinking about a trip to Puerto Rico, particularly San Juan, this is the video for you. I stayed at the Vanderbilt in Condado, and they give out free bikes at the Vanderbilt, so I grabbed a bike and I rode it all the way to Old San Juan to the fort. This is what the beach looks like. You can't see it, but it's off to my right when I'm on the bike, and I thought I should at least show you what the beautiful beaches look like, because you're not going to see this in my bike ride, but it's just off to the right there. That hotel is sitting on the beach, and the beach is beautiful, which is why if you go to Puerto Rico, the best place to stay is the Condado beach area. Not only are the hotels right on the beach, and the beach is beautiful, but there's also this area that I'm riding on here, this street, which I don't know the name of. If you go the other direction, there's just a ton of restaurants and shops and places to get lunch, etc. There's not as many of those as you go this direction towards Old San Juan, but there are a lot the other way. So you can, if you stay in Condado, you can walk around. So there's the bridge that connects the Condado area to the rest of San Juan. There's an arrow showing where the bridge is, where we're at. So I'm riding across here. I think I sped this video up 3x. The whole trip took me 30 minutes. The video's 9 minutes long, I believe. Alright, so we're across the bridge. If we go to the left, it's the convention center, but we're going to go to the right, and we're going to go into Old San Juan. So we just left Condado Beach, and we're headed to Old San Juan. And what's nice is there's a bike trail, this green path, all the way to the fort, which is at the end of Old San Juan. Now this was 7 o'clock in the morning, I believe, on a Monday, so there weren't many people out. There wasn't much traffic. It was nice and quiet. I will say though that even in the middle of the day, it's not too busy out here, at least when I went in December. The weather, by the way, was beautiful. It was sunny every day. There's a park off to my right, which I'll show you in a minute on the map, where the park is and where we're at on this little trip. Here we are. So we're right in that park. So we'll continue on. Now, I stayed on the bike path the whole time. However, if you go to the right, to the north, where the coast is, there's actually a beach over there. You can ride along the beach. There's a much more scenic route to take to Old San Juan than this bike path. But I wanted to show you this bike path to show you how easy it was to just take this ride. And I have to say that this ride was one of the highlights of the whole trip, just because I like riding around on a bicycle, because I can see so much. This part here is boring. Between Condado Beach, once you get across the bridge, to Old San Juan, in between there, it's kind of no man's land. There's a lot of public buildings and stuff on the north side, or on the right there's the beaches, of course, but this in here is pretty boring. It gets way more interesting once we get to Old San Juan, but this part is pretty boring, actually. So we did go to dinner in Old San Juan many times. There's a ton of great restaurants in Old San Juan. But my daughter and I, at like, I don't know, 9 o'clock at night, we walked all the way from Old San Juan back to our hotel, the Vanderbilt, and felt totally safe. The whole time in Puerto Rico, I felt extremely safe. I live in a big city, so I'm a little accustomed to sort of an urban feel, but I felt extremely safe in Puerto Rico. So like I said, this is kind of the boring part. I'll take a minute to share something that I found was interesting. The police, and you don't see a lot of police in Puerto Rico, but when you do see a police car, like 80% of the time they have their lights on. All the time. They just ride around with their lights on, which is a little weird. If you looked in your rearview mirror and saw a police car with the lights on, you'd probably pull over, but in Puerto Rico, they just do that. I don't know why they ride around with their lights on, but they do. Alright, so here we are. We are now at Old San Juan. This is where everything changes now that we're in Old San Juan. You can see the streets get narrow. You got cobblestone, you've got old buildings. By the way, that's where I throw away my my water bottle. I put it in my pocket before. I didn't throw it in the street. So here it is. This is Old San Juan. And Old San Juan is not just a street. It's like multiple streets. It's a pretty big area, actually. It's full of tourists. Why? Because the cruise ships are right down the street. And I think I saw 4 cruise ships docked while I was there at once. Maybe 3 or 4. But if you think there's 6,000 people on each cruise ship, that's 18,000 tourists in this area at once. I'm not saying that because it's packed and busy with tourists. I say that because there's a lot of great restaurants in Old San Juan because there's 18,000 tourists every day eating in those restaurants. So there's enough traffic to support some really great restaurants. I'm not really a foodie, by the way. By the way, Old San Juan has hotels. They're not on the beach. I would stay in Condado and then just Uber to Old San Juan. Ubers are cheap, by the way. Like, I think an Uber from Condado to Old San Juan was like $10. It's just really inexpensive. All right. By the way, if you like this video, if it's helpful, please hit like. That way, YouTube will show it to others. If nobody likes it, it'll just get buried and nobody will ever see it. There's a little map. We're almost to the fort. I'm gonna go up this road. And there it is. You can see the fort. You know, the video really doesn't do it justice. But it's massive out there. There's a building. That building to the right, I don't even know what that was for. It wasn't any sort of tourist thing. They just had a bunch of stuff in there. So I'm going to go around this. I'll tell you one thing about Puerto Rico is they love Christmas. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. They start November 1st and they celebrate all the way through. You see a lot of people out here jogging and exercising. I mean, once again, this is like 7 a.m. It's a pretty big hike up to the fort. So there they are. They were dressed up in Christmas gear to do a run, actually. Okay, so I went back to normal speed here so you could get a view of this. This is regular speed. And I'm approaching the fort door. I believe this is the entrance if you want to tour the place. Because it's 7 a.m., it's not open. I have no idea. Watch this guy. This guy comes up. I have no idea who this is. This guy walks up and knocks on the door and then turns around and goes the other way. I don't know what he was doing. Anyway, yeah, 7 a.m. not open. Interestingly enough, I never actually went into the fort the whole time I was in San Juan, which is probably a mistake. I probably should have done it. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I do a recap here of the path that I took. You can see it in yellow. I highly recommend going to Puerto Rico. It's a great place. And I would stay in Condado and then just Uber to Old San Juan. Condado is beautiful. The beaches are great.